Hello my friends, how is everybody today? I apologize if I look a little dusty here. I've been doing some reworking in the shop. We've been quite busy in the shop. Actually, very rarely do I build things in the shop for the business, but I had one of those things happen. And we have been building tons and tons of plywood boxes that go up on the wall for a strip center build out that get painted. And I mean, just cutting and cutting. Poor Mr. Berto spent the last 3 days since we got finished with that cleaning up the shop as best as he could. Y'all know I'm a little anal about that. So, my friends, it's been 2 years, not to the day, but very close, since I put out my very first video on YouTube of the shop tour and did a horrible job of narrating it. I've heard it a million times and I know it, but hey, I was a beginner. What can I say? Maybe I've gotten a little better. I hope I have. So, not too much to show y'all, but over the last couple of years, I've made a few changes to the shop and upgraded a couple of things and got rid of a couple of things. For instance, what do you call it? My square hole mortise jig. I used to use the heck out of that poor old Delta tool till it was blue in the face, but I rarely find myself using it anymore. So I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm just going to put it in the tool storeroom so I can use the space for something else, and it's not that hard to move around if I ever need to take it out. And same thing with my multi-router. When I first got that, I used it a couple of times, and again, just haven't found myself needing to use it that much. And I do need the space for something else. So same thing, I've reworked inside the tool storage room a little bit. A nice spot where I can have that set up on a shelf where I can easily take it out when I need it. I've also done a few other upgrades, and I'll show y'all here in a minute. I wanted to take a second. Y'all know, you might have heard, I collect wood. I've got a wood sample wall going on. And Brian, I'm not going to butcher your last name, my friend, sent me this beautiful piece of P-E-R-O-B-A rose from Brazil. I can't pronounce it, but here next week I'm going to be reworking a bunch of these samples and getting them up on the board. I also acquired here locally a piece of leopard wood. I did not have that in my collection. When I found it, I had actually never heard of leopard wood. So now I've got a piece of leopard wood I'm going to put up on the sample wall. I've also got a piece of, oh my God, guys, I cannot pronounce this. Look at the grain in this thing. A-N-G-E-L-I-M. A-N-G-E-L-I-M. You might have heard I'm bad with my words, but I do not have this wood. I do now. This one and the leopard wood were not given to me. I acquired those here locally. Hello. When my good, dear, now lifetime long great friend, Mr. Andre, and Andre, if you see this, how are you doing? He brought me a piece of German oak. I have been looking for the scientific name for it because I want to put it on the sample, but I haven't found it yet. But this little baby flew all the way over from Germany and landed with me. And Ignis, a great new friend, sent me over 4 or 5 different samples from Europe. This one is European silver fir. I did not have that in the setup here on the sample wall, so I do now. Thank you so much, Ignis. He also sent me European lurch. Yo, look at that. Can you go on focus camera? Focus camera. European lurch. I'm probably saying that wrong. It reminds me of the Monsters TV show with Lurch, their helper. I don't know if y'all remember that. He also sent me a piece of European aspen. This looks like it was a wall plank, tongue and grooved, either wall plank. It looks a little soft to be used for flooring, so I'm going to assume walls. Very nice little piece of wood, which I didn't have. And my favorite, and I do mean my favorite, thank you, buddy, this is awesome. European white spalted birch. Look at the grain in this thing. Some nice spalting going on in there. Going up on the sample wall and gonna become a turning. He sent me a nice big piece of this. This is about, I would say, 12 by 10 with a 1 live edge end on it. So I'm gonna mix it up. Wanted to show those to you, guy. Thank you, my friends, for sending that wood. Thank you so much. I am honored to have it. And I'm gonna get working up here, putting it on the wood sample wall. Which, by the way, I finished labeling. I'll show you all that here in a little bit. And I had to add my 6th row to it to make more room for it. So let's take a look around for a minute, okay? Guys, I don't know if I ever took the time to show these to you, but on my drill presses, I've done this since I was a kid. I've always changed the handles to something wide and comfortable that was a little more grippable. And I made these many years ago. This particular one on this drill press is made out of Purple Heart and red oak with some burn marks in it, and then a little bronze Texas star on the end. So much more comfortable to grip and work, I find that is. Round and round we go. Guys, that little aluminum rack you see there with the pans on it, that is a commercial baker's rack for moving bread and pastries around from the oven, taking the hot pans out of the oven and putting them on the rack, or rolling it into the perforator. And it's very lightweight. You can set a shelf every 2 inches. And a restaurant was having a closed down sale. Those little racks there sell for about $250. And I got 10 pans in that rack for 50 bucks. And boy, does it make a good shop cart. I never showed y'all before, but below the ladder rack here, I set up a black screen that rolls down and blocks off the back of the door. And I put a couple of directable lights where I could shine light down on an object when I'm filming it. I think I had the peacock sitting here and the dragon's dens and those things. But that's what I did with this little area. Getting dark there, huh? There it goes. Lighten up. And guys, y'all see that compressor back there in the corner, that red porta cable compressor? That thing has been up there for about, I would say, I had one down on the ground for maybe 10, 12 years. And the wall it's mounted on is tilt wall concrete. So, for those of you that know what it is, that is a unistrut rack. And the same thing with the, excuse me, the dust collector sitting next to it. By mounting things on the wall when you have high spaces, you can sure make use of your floor space and get more use out of it. Works good for me. I've got 12-foot ceilings in here. Y'all seen this if you saw my dust collecting video. I built this little spray booth and made a video about it. And what I did here, guys, if you want to make an exhaustible spray booth and you don't buy a motor for it or a fan or something, I used my dust collector to provide the suction for the spray booth. Now again, I think I've said this before, but with that said, you'd never want to suck those liquids, the paints, up into your dust collector. It'll get all over your fans. In some cases it's flammable. It's just not a good idea at all. So I block it off with some filters, and I have some charcoal filters in there. charcoal filters are what's behind those little store-bought filters that you see. So absolutely no spray or fume gets to my dust collector. So therefore I can use my dust collector as the air source for a spray booth. And charcoal filters can be regenerated or recharged. If you can heat them up to $350 degrees, you can recharge them. Now there's a correct word for that, repurpose them. I don't know it, but it recharges your charcoal filters. And you can do that in an oven if they're small enough. If they're big enough, you need a bigger oven. I also charged $1.50 for this video. I also changed all the fluorescent bulbs out on this side of the shop to LEDs. And man, that has made a difference in the brightness. Doesn't show up too good here. The bench has got a few things going on today, guys. But it's still there. On my bench I set up for my little milling tools. I wanted to display these little resin moldings that I had made, and I didn't have any place to put them. So I started putting them down here. And I didn't really want to cut them up or anything. They're 3 different sizes. But they're looking good down there. I've got one more spot to do on this back side. You know, guys, I've never thought to tell you. About a year ago, Super Clean just sent me some products to use. And, I mean, how can I use cleaners on a wood video and stuff? But I just want to tell you, I bought my second batch of it, and I have just been really, really happy with Super Clean's products, their cleaning products. This isn't sponsored, they're not paying me, nothing like that. Like I say, about a year ago they gave them to me, and I've never really given them a shout out. So I wanted to, because I have been happy with their product. They've been working great. I don't know why the camera gets so dark like that when I tilt it upward like this. I'm no camera expert yet, but I also in the wood shop area changed out all the lights in here to LED flat panels just recently in the last 6 months or 5 months, I think it was. And man, that has made a difference for the brightness in the shop. And again, I don't know why it gets so dark when I raise it up. Because of that project we had going on in here with all those painted plywood boxes, I hadn't been able to get back to this turning for a while. But I'm getting started back on it. Y'all might have noticed this cabinet sitting over by my planer for quite a while now, for too long. Once I got the drawer box built, it's been sitting and waiting, and it's been meaning to go over here by the lathe to hold a bunch of the turning tools. And I had a temporary cabinet sitting here that stuck out a little too far for my buffing wheel. And when I get an oak top finish for this, which I've got glued up on the table over there, my buffing wheel is going to sit back on top of that. It's sitting over here temporarily right now. This woodpecker drill press table sitting on this drill press was given to me as a gift. And I really like it. The 2 wings on the side pull out, and the back fence is designed to collect dust from one side or the other. Although it will collect dust from both sides. And I have mine right now hooked up over here on the left. Let me see if I can show y'all real quick. Like I say, oh, it's locked. Nice and firm. Those pull out to make extension, and it's a great table. It was given to me as a gift, and I do love it. I'm gonna hook up dust collection to the other side of it right here also. So to do that, we had to run another dust port. This one right there. And I've got a 2-inch blast gate on it. And to reach it, guys, I'd have to get behind the drill press, which I'm working on getting everything in front of the drill press. So what I did was I attached a pull rod to the handle. See if I can get y'all a little better view of that. Zoom in there. Come on. I'll get it for you. Hold on. There we go. It's attached to the handle. And from way out here, without reaching in the back, I can open and close the dust port on it. That is a metal 2.5-inch dust port screwed up underneath the counter. And I ran metal pipe down through the cabinet and came out of the bottom of the cabinet with hose for dust collection on the other end of the table here. And I haven't hooked it up yet. Woodpecker was so gracious as to send me another end because I'm in the process. What I'm doing with this drill press, I'm going to move the crank handle and the height handle and everything up to the front, and I'm going to build a 4-drawer box to go underneath it instead of the 1-drawer box that came with the drill press. These are my crank wheels and my drawer tracks and my extension rods to build that with. And I'm going to be working on this the next couple of months, and I'll be videoing it as I do and show you guys. I also made the custom knobs for this drill press. These came out really nice, made out of yellow heart, purple heart, and oak. And again, with our Texas star here on the back. This is a casting that Jake Thompson with Northside made, and he was raffling it off for charity. So I went ahead and got it. I was the winning bidder, and I'm going to be turning it here shortly. And look at all the colors Jake put into that. Man, that is just going to be awesome when it's turned. I think I'm going to put it on a pedestal, I am. Jake, you did a great job on that. And guys, if y'all have never seen Jake, check him out. Jake Thompson with Northside. He does a little live stream every Saturday morning called, I think, Saturday Morning Cartoons. Jake, I'm probably getting that wrong. But guys, it's so entertaining. Y'all check out Jake's live stream. These little buffing wheels got changed out this year also. I had some little smaller ones on there that weren't working so great. So I went ahead and changed them out to these, and I used these two. The one on the bottom is used for Kinno wax or car wax and dry, and the one on the top is used for Hut plastic polish and Hut friction polish. And they really work great sitting right here. A little bit of splatter. I hadn't got a great control on the splatter yet, but they do work good. We changed everything in this side of the shop to LEDs also, and I figured it was going to get black when I turned it up. These LED flat panels, man, does it just brighten up the shop area here. So yeah, that has been working great, and wasn't that costly either. Since I did the original shop video, I originally just had 2 pressure pots in the shop. And I have 4 of my pressure pots mounted sideways. I mounted 2 more, these 2 recently in the last year, and did a video on them where I blew up a box I was trying to make. Y'all might have saw that. But I have these 2 sitting here, and I have these 2 sitting over here. Y'all probably seen them many times, if you've watched one of my videos, that is. And I have one standing upright down on wheels, which I keep under the counter. Hey guys, y'all may ask yourself, this ain't my beautiful shop. This ain't my beautiful life. This ain't my beautiful wife. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry guys. No, really, you may ask yourself, why on earth does that guy have 4 or 5 pressure pots? That's ridiculous. He don't need that many pressure pots. And I could understand that. But if you do resin casting, you completely understand why I have 4 or 5 pots. when you're casting something like those Christmas bowl videos I did twice now. I did 3 last year at once, 4 this year at once. Resin, those ring bowls that I turned. A couple of things that I didn't put on a video. Once you put something in a pressure pot and crank it up, that's it, man. You're done. If you've got 2 items to go in, the next one's going to be ready in 5 minutes. You can't open that pot back up and add something to it. You've got to have another pressure pot to go to. And if you are setting up to do a lot of turnings or castings all at the same time, if you don't have more than 1 pressure pot or 2 or 3 or whatever you can do, you're limited to how much you can do at once. And you can get something ready to go in the pressure pot in about 5, 10, 15 minutes, but yet the item should sit in the pressure pot at minimum 2 to 3 hours. I never take them out that soon. I leave everything in pressure pots overnight. So by having 4 of them set up and 5 of them actually, it allows me to cast multiple things all at once. So that's why I have 4 or 5 pressure pots. Wanted to let you know. Okay. Oh God, I gotta take this out of the video. I'm having a rough time here. No. Oh, I'm still here. And on my wood sample wall, where I'm putting on my collection of my species of woods, like I was saying, I've got them all labeled now. And I started out with 1 row many years ago, guys. But when I made the video, I actually only had, the original shop video, I only had 4 rows. And I filled up the 5th one right there. So I put a 6th one up and brought them down a little bit. Got room for a few more to go, and I've got about 10 pieces over there I showed y'all earlier that I'm working on. And I've got them all labeled what they are. Monkey Pod, one of my favorite wood names. And the ones that have been given to me by y'all, I'm also putting your name on them. That's why that Java Plum there has John's name on it. And this is a new cabinet to the shop. It just recently got added this month. I had a pegboard system set up there, and I needed some more storage for my resin molds. So we built this cabinet, and it's not finished yet. I haven't got it trimmed out like I want it. Did get the under-counter light put on it and get it installed, but it's not finished yet. I didn't make a video on it. Just thought I'd show it to y'all. Little change on the backside there. And since I originally did the shop video, I added this storage section up here above my resin casting bench for all the dyes and pigments and stir sticks and all that little good stuff. It's right at my fingertips, right above where I need it. So that works real well, and it's out of the way, of course. Making use of space above a work area, always a great thing. And this shelf unit sitting above this sander right here, the only thing supporting that shelf unit is that sander it's sitting on. And that I did do a video on middle of last year. And again, making storage space above an item where you wouldn't normally have some. And guys, I don't film it, but my daughter's been in here and she's got just so intrigued with resin casting. We've been making some little things. Some koi fish that are real pretty. And little angel wings. Hard to pick these things up. Little crosses, all made with resin molds. My daughter really enjoys doing that, and I haven't been filming it. I was thinking about putting a few clips in with her. Y'all let me know what you think about that. and I'll see if I can. Right over here next to the fire cabinet by the back door of the resin area of the shop, y'all might remember I had my microwave and my oven here. I don't use it for kitchen stuff. You use ovens and microwaves to heat up wood and to heat up resin, and when you're stabilizing wood in cactus juice and wrapping it in stainless steel foil and putting it in the oven. That's what those get used for in a wood shop, not for cooking. But I moved them. I moved them over to this corner. Okay, I wanted to clear some space over there for a few more of the mixing cups and supplies. And I want to set my, what do you call it, my vacuum pot up next to the ovens. That's where I had that multi-tool sitting right there that I moved out of the way so I can set up my, pressure pot vacuum chamber. My vacuum chamber right there. That little Blue River looking board table piece on the left over there is also another project that I'm working on. I had to set it out of the way for a minute. And all the visitors that come to the shop recently, I ask them to sign my door. And I've had a few visitors come lately. So they've been working on getting this door full of signatures. It's going to be an autograph wall here pretty soon. This little cabinet was also a recent addition to the shop for more little part storage over here. It's so time consuming keeping all that stuff in drawers or in a bag or not knowing where it's at, and it's just so convenient this way, seeing it, knowing where it's at, being able to get right to it. And I did do a video on this little cabinet, and it's been working out real well. This is the other side of that storage cabinet above the resin table. It's a two-sided thing up there. Get a lot of good storage there. Right in hand's reach, but still out of the way. And there's been quite a few antique tools added into the shop recently. There's 4 or 5 old crossbow saws like that one right there that have been given to me recently and put into the shop. This knife sharpener is also new since I did my original shop video, y'all. This thing is wonderful. That little thing will really do some metal sharpening. Wood too, but mostly metal right here. And guys, I added a light switch right here. Right there. But I ain't gonna tell you what it's for just yet. And I also built the new split sled this last year. And I did a video on that a while back. It's a sled that divides in 2 halves. Has a lot of great functions. Hey guys, my friends got that cedar countertop that I built him installed, and it fit like a well-fit glove. It fit beautiful. So he sent me a few snapshots of it that I'll show you guys. It's all installed. Hey my friends, I wanted to show y'all something. Here, this is me. Most people might not show you this, and I think I've probably told you guys. I don't do this for the money. I do this to pass the knowledge along because I enjoy to, and it is such a pleasure to sit with you guys and to talk with you in the comments and so forth. Look here for a second. 2,300 views. That's pretty petty. But 160 likes. I ain't got no idea how many dislikes, and I think that's the best thing YouTube ever did. But this little number is how YouTube promotes our videos and pushes them along and stuff. And if y'all could help me out and hit the like a little more often. I make a point any video I'm watching. If the thumbnail catches my attention enough to watch it, I hit the like button. It's what helps people. It's so simple to do. But that's not why I came here, guys. Analytics. Can you all see that? I hope you can. I got it as close as I can. I've had about 37,000 views. It's up a little bit on the subscribers and the watch time. The average monthly income, and this is a little bit higher than normal, $244.45 for all the effort and all the videos and all the work for 1 month. I am not making any money making YouTube videos. There are some people that are, don't get me wrong, but I'm not doing this for the money. I just wanted y'all to see that. That's my analytics sitting right there, guys. 31,289 subscribers. If y'all have never seen one of these screens, all right, it tracks the views by the hour, how many views go on each hour, and your top videos, which ones are getting the most views, and again for the period, and the period is 28 days. I say a month, but that's for 28 days is what that is for. So that won't even buy the resin, guys, that I use in a month. So like I said, it's not for the money. I just wanted you guys to see this so you would know. Back to YouTube. Great thing, isn't it? Hey, my friends, I hope y'all enjoyed that. If there is anything that you would like to know that you've seen in any of my videos, how I did it or why I did it, don't ever hesitate to ask me, please. It is my pleasure to answer you, my friend, and I will answer everybody, I promise you. With the very exception of those few that I have to delete. But, okay. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I've got, like I showed you, and a few things I didn't show you. Several more projects I'm working on for you. Been busy with work as always. So, you got to do what you got to do. But I hope you all liked it. Gentlemen, for the wood that you gave me, thank you, my friends. Thank you so much. There's many more I need. If you have a species you don't see on my wood list, and it's on my main shop tour video, is my wood list. I also did a video about the wood list now that I think about it, and it's on there also. Yes, I did duplicate one twice. I am human. I actually think that's the second mistake I've made in my life. All right, it was the third. Okay, so guys, it's great to be here with you. I'm going to get back to work on that turning, and I'm getting started on modifying that drill press. Got to get the countertop out of the clamps for the table there. And believe it or not, I found out earlier a few minutes ago in another email that I've got to build another round of those paint grade boxes for another store. So if y'all want to see a video of plywood boxes being nailed together, that'd be a lot of fun, huh? Guys, great to be here with you. Like I was saying, not so much for me, really, but if you're watching a video and their thumbnail was good enough to get your attention, hit the like, hit the dislike, whatever you feel you want to do. But it sure helps people. It really does. That's how YouTube promotes it and pushes us, by the subscriptions and by the likes. So if you could, I'd appreciate it immensely, my friends. Great to be here with you as always. Again, I don't know if it's showing up in here, but my shirt is dusty. But I apologize for that. I try not to look too sloppy, except when I'm working, that is. So, y'all have fun, guys. I'm getting long-winded here. Talk to you in a bit, and I promise you, I'll be back.